Keep me close, safe and sound. Drowning in an endless sea. Take some time and stay with me. Keep me in the strength of your arms. Keep me safe, safe and sound. Yeah, we are going down. Keep me safe,
Not me.
safe and sound.
What's up? What's going on? What's up, people? Welcome back
Yo.
to another episode of the O.O.C. Drop Shop and Dandelion. No, we didn't forget about you guys. Roberto over here seems to work on Black people time. You know what I mean? So if you say 9 o'clock, you better believe he'll be here like 9:05, 9:10, something like
Usually I give a heads up, but
that.
I'll tell you, for the last 2 weeks, things just ain't the same.
Really? And why is that? Tell the people why.
Thought I had bronchitis, thought I had the flu, but it turns out I ended up having COVID, giving it to my wife, who then gave it to my mother-in-law. And yeah, this time it was a little different than the first time. As you can see, I'm not 100% back yet. My voice was completely gone last week this time. Still didn't get my hearing back. My ears are still muffled, going on 2 weeks of hearing frequency.
Really?
So yeah, man. And I know it's the cold because when my wife got it, all of a sudden her ears started getting blocked. She started coughing, and you know how the rest continues.
Yeah. Shit. See, when I caught it, I never had had a fever for a day, and that was it. The next day, I was fine. You know what I mean? But because of you got to stay home for 5 days, I still have to stay home for 5 days. But the day after, I was good. So everybody has different
Can't help but still hear
symptoms.
that little cough there.
Yeah, it's the flu that I caught. The cough won't go away. It's getting better,
It's
but it
part of
won't
the
go
same
away.
thing I got. Cough will not go away. It's better because for 2 nights I was like, damn, fuck, when am I gonna sleep? Wouldn't
Mhm.
stop.
I found this little cough medicine that's for like bronchitis, and ever since I started taking that, the cough has gotten better. Only problem is Christmas and all that stuff, drinking and stuff. I stopped taking it, but I'm gonna go back to taking it so that I can get rid of this cough completely because it's fucking annoying, to be honest with you. 100%.
And little did I know that alcohol and caffeine are bad for your voice box when you're losing your voice. So future advice, stay away from that shit if your voice is cracking.
Pretty sure you're drinking a lot of alcohol, eh?
Yep, but followed up by a coffee in the morning, which I don't even really enjoy, but I just, ended up being one of them people doing that shit. Coffee does nothing for me, Anzo. I could drink a coffee and go to sleep right the fuck after I take my last sip.
Yeah, I don't like coffee. I don't like it at all.
It
I
used to
don't.
help me go to the washroom. Not that that's a
Mhm.
topic we need to get on right now, but that's what coffee used to do for me. I used to be a tea guy, as you well know, because tea was offered to you many times. You came over to my
Mhm.
house in the morning.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
West, I don't know if it's a West Indian thing,
Mhm.
British thing brought in the West Indian thing, but yeah, tea was the lick.
Absolutely, 100%. Other than that, how was your Christmas?
Christmas was good, family, close family, I could say at least. They made it what it's worth. It's all about family.
Absolutely.
Even
What
though,
up?
what up, Ice? Even though the cost is more draining, like
Yeah,
you know,
boy.
my daughter told me
Yeah,
what she
boy.
wanted because now doesn't make sense to buy a gift. It's either get them a gift card and you play it safe, or you could ask them what they want and they play the whole surprise thing when they open it, knowing what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I told my daughters this year, just take it a little easy, because times are rough and becoming rougher. Sure enough, the perfume she wanted was only in the 150 ml. They didn't have any 100, no 50 ml. When she told me the price, I was like,
What
pause
was the
for a
price?
good.
Over $150?
Yes, I paused for a good. I don't even know how long, dog. I paused so long. I was like, "Holy shit! I'm still in the store." Like I couldn't, and I couldn't. Anyways, we could just end it right there. But that's how it was.
Yeah, I feel you. You had to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, mother, but it is what it is. You
And,
try to
and
keep them happy
the
once
thing
a
with
year.
perfume, right?
Hmm.
If it doesn't have the plastic on it, it's not sealed.
Hmm.
It's a counterfeit or
Hmm.
expired perfume, because
Hmm.
that shit's almost like gold. It's like, if you're getting it at a lower rate, it's because it's less pure.
Hmm.
Cologne sells at a price, if not that price or higher. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got some fucking perfume for $450, Anzo.
Hmm.
Do women ever stop getting it, man? Oh my god. 450? That better be like the bottle barely sprayed and you spray it on me, you smell it on me all day, you know?
You know what I mean? That shit
Damn.
better make sparks and
You
shit,
know what
and
I mean?
Superman cape fly out the poom poom and everything.
And
You know what I
fucking
mean?
birds whistling behind me up and down
Facts,
the street, you know? Like the
facts,
fucking sun is
facts.
only following me. 450 a bottle. What?
It's crazy, eh? Absolutely. But what up to the people that are here? Much appreciated. I think we got a great show for you today. You know what I mean? Got a few things.
It is
You can
the
see in
last
the
show of the
topic. Oh yeah, that's right. Last show of the year. We didn't do the Christmas one because Roberto wasn't feeling well. So,
taking out.
we figure make sure we do one before the new year. So happy new year to everybody. If we don't see you after tonight, but hope you guys enjoy it. Let us know what you plan to do for the New Year's. If you had any, New Year's resolutions, which I don't because you make them and then the next day is broken. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So like fuck that. And I said when I had bronchitis a couple weeks ago, couldn't even find medicine at the drugstore. It
I
was
feel you,
also the
Dandelion. I sent my
oh
daughter to
yeah.
get me some. She sent me a picture with fucking all empty shelves and some shit I never heard of. And I was like,
Mhm.
just fuck it. I'll just get over it naturally.
Couldn't
Man, that
find
shit don't work the same as it used to, boy.
couldn't find Buckley's anywhere, bro. Anywhere there was no Buckley's. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Luckily, I found the bronchitis one, and it was the bottle is fucking $17.
Mhm.
So I said, you know
Where'd you
what?
pick that
Let
up?
me see if it works. The Pharmaprix.
Okay. Because I
So
picked
let
up
me.
this concoction from Walmart. Um, Never really seen it before. When I read the bottle, it said don't consume more than 3 times a day. And
Mhm.
when you go to pour it, it barely drips out. I'm like, fuck, this must be
Oh,
some revolutionary shit that I'm gonna set the market, let everybody know it works. But you can't fight COVID, dog. COVID say,
hold
get
on.
that shit out of here.
I'll show you what I got. Hold on.
There's nothing you could take for COVID. Nothing. Only thing you could take is a beating. And when you get over it, you get over it. If it takes a week, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, like I know somebody who told me they still didn't even get their taste buds back yet. That shit's still going on. You're muted.
Sorry, my taste buds went away when I had COVID too. It came
Mm.
back like a couple days later, but it didn't. This is what I have. Let me see if I can put this in the light so you guys can see it properly.
No,
Uh,
no.
it's hard to see because of the damn light.
Yeah,
But
she's blur.
bronchiolitis or something like that, and seems to be working. So I'm like, okay, we'll see. Dandelion asked if are you vaccinated, Roberto?
Yes, 2 times a lady.
Hmm. And he caught COVID. It affected him a lot worse than it affected me, and I am not vaccinated. Go figure. Go figure.
Anzo, I tell you, there's different strains of COVID out there
Mm-hmm.
because what I felt the second time was unlike the first time. First time, I had like a crazy fever the first night, like crazy, uh, zero energy. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, I felt guilty because I was sleeping too much. That's the only reason I got up. If other than that, I would have stayed in bed. Who knows, 3, 4 days,
For
zero
real.
energy, and a loss of balance.
Mm. Let me
You
say
know,
this, Rex, man. Thanks for popping in. He said, sorry, haven't been around lately. Had stuff to do. Never have to apologize to me for not being able to show up, bro. You know what I mean? The fact
support
that
is
you're here now,
always welcome.
it is what it is. Life is life. You know, you got other things to do in life. If that's what you got to do, you got to do it, man. Much appreciated. What up, Mike? How you doing? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. And special guest is in the house. JG Shaolin is in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's
Salute,
good,
gentlemen.
sir?
Salute, salute. How you guys doing?
Doing good,
Living.
doing good. Just over here talking about our Christmas and stuff like that. How was yours?
Man, I got drunk as you know what. That was
Nice.
about it.
So we know
Hung out
that
with
shit was
family and
good.
everything. Yeah,
Nice.
Hey,
hung
I
out with
can't.
family and everything. Got drunk. Felt pretty good.
I can't even lie. I was drinking like crazy too. First off, a week ago, right? I went to the alcohol store and I said, let me buy a couple of bottles of this and that. You know what I mean? Found the peach crown, brought that, and then I seen a red velvet Bailey's. And I was like, oh shit, red velvet Bailey's. I want to try that. I said, I'll wait till next week to buy it. Man, that shit was sold out everywhere the week after I went to go buy it. So if you guys catch a vibe and you see like a special brand alcohol, get at that moment. Because if you don't, you'll go back and
Hell yeah, Anzo.
Oh yeah.
it was
You never
gone.
shopped at Winners?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's something you learn from being how you say it, like a splurge buyer, a splurge purchaser.
Mm-hmm.
If I see it, I remember one time I was at Winners. I wasn't even looking for boots, but these boots caught my eye from fucking 5, 6 aisles down. They were sitting on the top, my size too, Anzo, and that's very rare because 10.5, 11 is popular over here in Canada because we're not as
Mm-hmm.
tall as Americans, right? So,
Right.
anyways, I came up to these boots. I looked at them. I said, "Fuck, they're my size." But man, I know the wife is gonna bust me. I just bought shoes the week before. I'm looking at it. I said, "Nah, Dred, just it's not meant to be." As
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking away, on, so I said, "Fuck it, go buy it." I turned around. The guy was smiling, holding them up in the air like I know this guy wasn't trying them on. He was just taking them, man. They were gone. I said, "Never, never
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
again, never
Mm-hmm.
again."
Hey, it's same thing with the Jordans, man. When I seen them, I was like, yo, I gotta get these because if I don't get them, they're gonna be gone when I come back for them. So
Facts.
I
Facts.
did it, man. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna get this, you know.
I feel you.
But now we got some interesting shit. As you guys see in the title, Jaguar White. I don't know if any of you know who she is. I personally had no idea who she was until a video popped up and I started watching it. But she used to be with the Roots. So she was in the industry for, she
She's
says,
with the
21
Roots.
years. Yeah,
Was she
yeah,
a producer
yeah.
or something?
She was a singer.
What?
Oh yeah, what background?
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know if she had her own album or anything. I don't remember this chick at all. But she was like, she at one point in the video, she said she didn't even want to join the Roots, but she did, right? And oh yeah, that's a topic too. I have an article on the Kanye West missing stuff, so we'll get into that as well. But 2 years ago, 2 years ago, she did an interview and she was just going off on the industry, right? Had no idea till I seen this one today. Then I went back and watched the one from 2 years ago. But the one that I seen, oh my lord, does she drop some gems on that shit? So we're gonna pull up some of the stuff. I don't know if we'll get through everything. I'll try and get to the most important stuff. But man, and I I kind of believe her. You know what I mean? When she says certain things, I kind of believe her. I'm going to cue up the first part of it, right? So the first part she talks pretty much about Tevin Campbell. Now
mm,
guys remember Tevin Campbell, right?
mm-hmm.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't even know that he went through some of the things that he went through. I didn't remember anything. I'm gonna pop this up here now, and she talks about that, and she pretty much says that he was touched. Like she says they did some shit to that boy. So let's bring up the video now, and we'll talk about it.
Might happen.
Yeah.
Because of this interview.
Yeah.
A little bit too far. Just give me a second.
For me, even
No. Here.
Some of
Here.
some of the things, the Tevin Campbell thing was interesting to me because we just hadn't heard from him, and he just kind of popped out of nowhere. Why do you feel like he had felt the need to respond?
I think it was a great marketing move for him. You know, to go from waiting for them to include you in an award show every now and then, they treated him, this business has treated Tevin Campbell heavy-handed and neglectful. You know, it's like the way they've shunned him, the way they've treated him throughout the years was absolutely terrible. So for me, even saying that in that interview, it wasn't me blowing up his spot. I'm literally sitting here advocating for this nigga.
Right.
Like, I'm literally sitting here advocating.
Right.
Now, maybe you didn't want nobody to remember about the Hollywood Boulevard. Maybe you were hoping that was so long ago, and because it happened before Facebook, it didn't really exist, you know, kind of thing. But it did exist. And there's a whole fucking police report. There's a whole detective that said you propositioned him and you got in the car, you made the deal, and then he put the cuffs on you. That's in a record. If somebody goes and checks my record now, they're going to find things on my record. I was charged with child abduction. It's a 656 felony. It's real low, but it's still considered a felony. So if somebody brings that up about me, is it favorable? Does it leave room for you to have to explain certain things? Yeah, but it's your life. It's what you lived. And if it's on public fucking record, then it's on public.
It's gonna
record.
get back to now where she's.
I'm not speaking about it because I'm trying to slump you. I'm speaking about it because that's what the game did to you. And if you tried to forget, I never did. It was wrong.
Yeah.
It was wrong as fuck. He was a young kid who came into the business. His family depended on him for income to live. He was the family business, like so many star children are the family business. And he got left with people. He got left with people that did things to him. Shaped his personality and his choices before he had a chance to do it himself. Meanwhile, making hit record after hit record, and we sitting there dancing while this kid is being fucking just fucked all over every which way. Best he was probably treated was at Paisley Park with Prince. And then not long after that, Tevin Campbell disappears and nobody hears about him and nobody speaks his name until he gets arrested. And then it makes national news. And then they start playing his records. Oh, you remember when he was...
That is right.
And then after that, all that talent, all of these motherfuckers, all of these people who were millionaires and made millions off of him while he was a kid. And you left them out there. So I'm going to say it to you right now, Tevin. I'm glad you came out.
That's what I was going to ask.
However it happened.
So we'll stop it there for now. What do you think? What do you guys think about what she said?
Tevin Campbell.
Yeah.
This was like that Kid Prodigy, no? Nice.
Yeah,
voice
you
and
know,
shit.
Can we talk for
But how many people get played out like that in the industry? You know?
Huh? That's the
How
thing.
many?
That's the
That
thing,
industry, I
right?
tell you. I got in that industry for a minute on, so I tried to start a record label.
I
We flew
remember.
in this guy from New York. We started talking to him. I kept looking at Bub saying, man, I think we made a mistake, yo. Because we got a conscience. We you gotta be cutthroat in this, and feelings cannot be involved, because
Mhm.
if they are, you ain't lasting at all. At all. It's an exploit cutthroat industry, and anyone who thinks otherwise, they get, sorry to say, what Tevin got. Am I wrong,
Absolutely.
JG?
I mean, you're right. I mean, you listen. I mean, everyone can't be telling the same lie. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
we constantly see interviews where people are talking about, oh, this happened to me in the industry, or I know this where this happened to this guy in the industry, or this woman in the industry, right? You see
Yep.
the
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly stuff, right? Where, oh, it couldn't happen. It couldn't happen. Even the video comes out. No, it couldn't be. But then as more people start
Mm-hmm.
coming out, damn, we should have
Yep.
caught this ahead of time. But this is Tevin Campbell. Like said Nzo, I never would have thought Tevin Campbell.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
But he
in
And
did
fact,
we're
she's
just
talking
talking.
about
disappear. He did just disappear.
exactly. In fact, she's talking about Tevin Campbell. Not a even though he's a star to me. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, he's probably not popularity wise on R. Kelly's level or in Gene Wise, no people like that.
Right.
But he was a
Mhm.
great musician, and the fact that she talked about him, oh yeah, this got to be real. This got to be real.
And this is what I'm saying. Tevin Campbell came out what in the 80s. So you got to think
Mhm.
that this shit has been going on for so fucking
Oh
long.
yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
unbelievable, bro. She gets into some R. Kelly shit too as well. Let me see what the comments are saying right now. Mike said he was first on Quincy's album in 89. That is correct.
Okay.
The music industry the music industry is full of weird energy people, hate you if you make better music and have better opportunities, and it's a fast-paced life that everyone's not ready for.
A lot
100%.
of people ain't ready for.
And she says that, like, we're not going to show the whole video, but there's a point in the video where she says that she would tell you, if you are not thick-skinned, do not get into this industry. It will eat you alive. Mike said the industry won't just stab you in the back, it'll stab you in the back, front, and whatever. Absolutely. 100%.
You got that right.
Yeah.
And move on.
And-
Next.
And this is the thing, right? We talking about like this little kid getting touched and all kinds of shit by fucking grown adults, and nothing is happening to these people. Nothing. I mean, if she knows it, right? If she knows it, and she says like, in the interview, I cut it off because it's a little long, but she says the reason why she knows is because she was friends with somebody that was close to Tevin Campbell, and he told her everything, which ended up getting back to her, right?
But like she
So-
said, Anzo, that was the family's bread and butter. They want to eat, and it's sorry to say that parents and family will turn an evil eye to that money, yo.
Sure will.
Mhm.
Sure will.
Absolutely. Let's get into another part. She says, I'm gonna
Fucking
skip that for a minute, and I want to go into this part because it's a little bit more relevant into the stuff that's going on today. She talks about some Will Smith stuff, and then what she says, I'm like, oh man, okay, hold on. Where is the damn video? Let's see, hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let me bring this up.
Because Emancipation comes out in 1 hour. Came out December 9th, which is today's the 9th,
That's
right?
such a fucking below the
So-
belt fucking question.
No, but I just got
It's
no.
the only below the belt question that you asked
Yeah,
because you already know what's gonna happen. Don't front. We've been down there. Fuck Will Smith.
No, wait.
He can kiss my ass.
Wait.
He should have never slapped Chris. I'm not watching the movie.
Damn it.
It's not happening.
You don't understand. Do you understand why he slapped Chris? Did you see in that moment from probably what he was dealing with?
What was he dealing with?
Shit, I don't know.
What the fuck was he dealing with?
Something made him slap his
No,
brother, man.
something didn't make him snap anything. He laughed at that badass joke that Chris said like every fucking body else. And then Jada looked at him and it was like the Manchurian Candidate.
Not the Manchurian. Not the Manchurian. God damn it.
That's what the fuck happened.
I thought there's a legion of women who said, I'm glad for Will fighting for his woman.
Yeah, because they still want to believe that that sham of a fucking marriage is real.
Oh. Well, there you go.
He ain't never gonna be Tupac, and she proved it when she fucked August Alsina.
Ooh, man. Yeah.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house fucking screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills.
Oh, damn.
Bashir Gray. Left that house fucking screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed help.
Hey, man.
And that was they kid's friend.
Yeah.
Who the fuck can believe that that shit is real by any means with all of that?
Makes it tough to believe.
With all of that.
Not a valid point.
When they was busy fucking partying with the Martins, then
Here it
they
is.
switched over from the Martins to Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez, and then the fucking kiss happened on Hawthorne. Her show got canceled. Mark and Jennifer broke up. All of this shit was going on. Like, all of these motherfuckers be doing all of this wild shit. They ain't doing as much, I guess, now because they getting older. I guess it just moved over to the Wade house.
Energy transfers.
And I'm not saying that because of their trans daughter.
Hear this.
I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front till they went to the back and there was a bunch of old fucking niggas and fucking young boys back there, all ass naked in the Wade house. So I find it funny that Gabrielle's sitting there talking shit about Boosie. Maybe you suspicious of him because of the shit that's happening in your house, bitch. Fuck out of here. These niggas be talking greasy on all kinds of shit. But I don't like when these so-called black Hollywood couples want to come in and then they want to sit there and play gatekeeper. Meanwhile, they're abusing and misusing all kinds of young people. And guess what? Don't nobody want to admit that they a victim. So they pretend to be friends.
Yeah.
Will Smith ain't slapped that nigga over love. He slapped that nigga because that bitch told him to.
With her eyes.
Or maybe, because she's looking a little hocus pocus these days too. Is it alopecia? Or was it like, entrance into the club? I don't know. But shit don't look right. You fucking see Tiger Woods and the next thing you know, he damn near die in a fucking car accident. I don't fucking know. I know she gangster as fuck.
She's talking a lot of fucking
I know she from
facts.
Baltimore.
Bro,
And I know
it's
there's no
crazy
shame
when I watched this video. I was like,
that region.
yo.
Then sitting there with a straight face.
I know
on
that
top
for a
of that.
fact.
Yeah, and with
You know what I
anger and
So,
intention, she's feeling
the
it.
movie Emancipation, how the fuck you gonna play in a movie called Emancipation and you can't emancipate yourself? Cause you trapped in a hole. My nigga, you trapped in a hole. This bitch clowning you day after day after day after day.
How many
And
times
once
have we
again,
said
I
that,
hate
Roberto?
saying these things because their children are dope. But Jaden's kind of MIA. And considering that he emancipated from their household at 16 and refused to come back, even to do family interviews. Yeah. Willow's just kind of, she's dope. Too much shit happened in that fucking house. Too much shit happened in that fucking house. And meanwhile, I go to jail for defending my child, and these niggas don't even get a CPS fucking visit for the kind of shit they kids see.
There you go.
So yeah, I'll watch the movie when, I'll watch Emancipation when he emancipates himself from the hell that he lives in, that he tries to call marriage with that woman who still wished Tupac was alive.
Yo, I said that. Like, how many times have we watched we talked about that and been like, yo, she's fucking like You know what I mean? Like something's not right with them people. And she just blasting it and putting it out there, man. Like hey, I don't
I can
know.
see.
I
Go ahead.
mhm. No, you first.
I can see Jada sitting in front of Will saying, "You know, you're a punk ass bitch, huh? You know how all these
Facts.
people talking
Yeah, I
about
see. Yep.
me, knowing that you can't do fucking shit.
Hmm.
I don't understand this. When you gonna be a man, Will? When you gonna be a man? You little bitch. I guess you are a bitch.
Facts.
Oh yeah? Okay, let's see the next time it happens. Let's just see the next time someone talks shit about me what you're gonna do. And sure enough, you know when you call on the rain, it fucking rains, huh?
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Because she
that's how
gave me
I
the
saw
look.
it. I saw that look.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody saw that look. Okay, yes. You know, it's funny how we're on this topic because you know that saying, happy wife, happy life?
Hmm.
Why isn't there an opposite for men? Happy,
Happy,
happy husband, what?
happy man, happy
I
life.
have no
Come on, try, even try. I bet you fucking you come back this time, 2023, you still don't got a slogan. Cause there is none, dog. We don't get no fucking recognition. We are bots to their world, yo. Just let's keep that in mind.
Mm, mm,
Facts.
mm.
Look at
One
Mother's
hundred
Day and look at
percent.
Father's Day. I'm fucking cooking on Father's Day and paying the bill on Mother's Day. How is that possible? Hey? How is that possible?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't even get the big piece of chicken anymore. We used to get,
You know?
You know what I
remember,
mean?
You
remember
know what?
your mom she would cook
It's
some
some
fried
fucked up
chicken. And you're like,
shit.
hey, don't take it that day. That big piece, that's for your father.
Hmm.
And
That's for your
yes,
father.
You
We
took
don't get
the
we
that.
big
discovered
piece
this
of
thanks
Shit,
to
should have got
chicken.
here
Jada.
10 minutes earlier. It would have still been here. You know what I mean?
Jada
Like,
made us
damn.
realize that we get no appreciation. Thank you.
Hmm. Right. And the stuff she's saying, like about Dwayne Wade's household and shit, I'm just like, man, if she
But
is
you,
speaking facts, which I believe she is, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, man.
She's calling out a lot of
I
shit
wouldn't.
without worries, man.
but you know what? Like I
That's
said
it.
before, all this stuff she's talking about, we've heard tales about all these things happening. Will
Hmm.
Smith, what goes on in
Hmm.
their house, Queen Latifah, stuff they say what going on in her house. And
Facts.
it's funny that either when someone's trying to invest in something which they'll gain them power, all these stuff start usually with black people, all these stuff start coming, oh yeah, they're doing this in their house, they're doing this in their house, or at the tail or Bill Cosby, for instance, when he's tried to buy with
Hmm.
CBS where he was trying to get power off, all of a sudden, oh, we
Hmm.
gotta take to court for raping or whatever all these women that they've been talking about for damn near decades.
Hmm.
Or at the tail end of someone's career, when that power starts to dwindle, Will Smith, you see what's going on?
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
Yeah.
man, but yeah, I'm telling you, that red table talk, Jada talked about something, it was an entanglement. Bitch, you fucking cheated on me in my house,
For real.
in my bed,
Yeah,
with this nigga,
yeah. Absolutely.
this singing
And the
R&B
100%.
ass
whole
nigga. You
world,
cheated on me with
the
this nigga.
fucking program, the whole
Like,
Hmm.
it'd be
world
different if
knows,
you cheated on me with a game or something like that. Okay, yes, I can see that. This singing nigga? Fuck that. Nope.
This and
I-
this our son's
Excuse my language,
friend.
everybody. That shit got me heated. Sorry.
Nah, go ahead, bro. It's all right, no worries. Her son's friend, right? Let's not just take that into consideration. This was her son's friend. That is fucking crazy, bro. Like, no respect. They don't care. She don't give a fuck about Will. Even when they did the red table talk, she didn't seem remorseful. She didn't
at
seem like
all,
she was
No,
sorry.
no,
at
no.
all.
Will looked like he was damn near gonna cry his ass off, but she didn't look
That's
like she
what
was
you call
remorseful.
whipped.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
PW, pussy whipped. I'm sorry. I don't
Facts.
know if it's a new phrase. It hasn't been used in a long time, but that's exactly what it is. Because there was enough of those guys back in the day.
And to
Cut
all,
off all their
Absolutely.
friends because their girlfriend tells them to. What?
and to all these wives out here, that entanglement shit does not apply to you. You are not Hollywood. You have no power. You come to a regular ass dude talking about it was an entanglement. Okay, I see you on the news. I
You
see
know what
you
I
on the
mean?
news. I
Entanglement.
see.
The fuck you
I
mean
read about it.
entanglement? What the fuck? Nah,
Entanglement.
you
Bitch, you fucking
didn't
cheat on your
entangle
with
nothing.
this nigga.
You fucked him.
Because I
Exactly.
know
Exactly.
if that shit happened to any of us, I can only speak for myself, but I'm thinking if that shit happened to any of us, that someone was up on that stage making fun of my wife or your girl next to you, you'd say, "Wait till I catch this motherfucker alone." Wouldn't you say that?
Facts.
Wait till I
Mhm.
Yeah,
get
yeah.
this motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking rattle his fucking
Mhm,
cage and he's gonna know why.
mhm,
That's it.
Mhm.
But to go up
mhm.
there with no fucking thought, the place must have blacked out and he saw only Chris. Something
For
happened.
real.
She put a fucking
Mhm.
drug. It doesn't make sense, dog. Everyone thought it was sketched, man. Everybody thought it was sketched until they
Yeah.
realized that shit was
Mhm.
not sketched.
For real. And the thing
Even if it
about it,
was
right?
sketched, it was still fucked up.
And the thing about it though, right, is like when the comedians come out in the Oscars and they do what they do, they make fun of everybody. They don't just sit
Mhm.
there and
It's not new.
they make
It's
fun of
not new.
everybody if you're sitting up in front at all, right? And he laughed,
Don't
and
sit
then
up
when he
fucking
seen she
front.
didn't, facts, 100%.
Like when I go to a
When you,
comedy club, if
Even
I
hey,
we
go to a
know
comedy
that.
club, I'm not
you
sitting. I'm
know,
sitting my ass in the back.
Yeah.
100%.
Put me kind of
I've
like in the
seen way
back
too many.
middle, right over the balcony, so
Yes.
there's a shade over me. You can't fucking see what I am.
I've seen we've seen so many comedy shows where they just go in on the people in the front. You watch Def Comedy Jam. I think at the beginning of like every episode, Martin Lawrence makes fun of the people in
Well,
the
you know,
crowd.
Bart is
Like,
picking the crowd.
you know what I mean? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, this is what they do. So the fact that you got offended and shit, there was more going on in your head than just the jokes that were going on, right? You
There's
got
more to it.
flashbacks of to like Roberto said, you got flashbacks of to her calling you a bitch. Oh, you're a fucking bitch. You let these guys say what they
Mhm.
want to say and do what they want to say. You never say any fucking thing. You know what I mean? I'm your wife and this is how you treat me. Blah, blah, blah. This is the reason why I fucked August. You know what I mean? Like
You
those
know
are
what
the
was
I can
things she
weird?
see it.
probably says to the man.
You know what was weird too, also? Watch Will's face after he slaps him and walks away. That's what left
Mhm.
me really confused because that did not look like an angry man. That looked like a man who said, "What the fuck did I just do?"
Yep.
If
Mhm.
you really look at it carefully, because that's what I studied, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense, man. Like
He's out of
maybe
this.
fucking she has something on him that could ruin him more than that. So you better fucking do something or else. I don't know because supposedly a lot of shit goes on in their house and Dwayne Wade.
Mhm.
She's calling out some shit that's gonna make me want to watch more documentaries about this guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh
what
yeah.
the fuck? I had no idea, man. No
But that's
idea,
the
dog.
thing,
I know they're
though.
a little
Like,
funny, but this is where we live in, right?
and let's just say she's lying, right? She could get
That's
fucking
some
sued for
hard
all the shit she's
accusations.
saying. You know
Yes,
what I
that's
mean?
some
Like you
hard
making shit. Yeah,
accusations.
facts,
Old men in the
facts.
back room.
She says, and I cut it out because it's really a long part of the video. But she says after she did the first one, 2 years ago, that people were trying to kill her.
No doubt.
She was saying she was like in a car and people were creeping up on the car and they didn't want to let her out the hotel because they knew they were coming for her and all kinds of shit like that. And again, I'm like,
Everybody
I
who opens
believe
up that
you.
box becomes a victim, Anzo. Suddenly their brakes go out, or a freak accident, or they had a undiscoverable stroke. When
Hmm.
you open up that box and you're coming out with truth on some people who don't want that truth out,
Yes,
money fucking does shit,
yes.
yo.
Exactly.
And we
And
get
it
in
Fuck.
we
explains
get
why
into
people
a
don't say
part
anything. They don't say
and we get
anything
into
about
a
it.
part.
They
Yep.
really
Yeah,
don't say
exactly.
anything.
They keep their mouth shut, and that's one of the reasons when she says in this video, or is it this one or one of the ones I watched, right? And it's like she said she sat around for 21 years and didn't say shit because she wanted that record deal. You know what I mean? She said she's seen so much fucking shit, but she didn't say anything because it would have affected her record deal. And that's pretty much exactly why half of these motherfuckers out there don't say or they conform to doing it because they know if they don't, their career is not gonna go anywhere. It's fucking crazy. And she goes in on the next part that we'll bring up. She's talking about R. Kelly, but it's not really important. But she goes into some Jay-Z stuff. And I was like, ooh, okay.
Oh,
Man,
somebody else
This
called Jay-Z out too that I saw in the news.
tell you, man, all these stories.
really
Yeah. The whole
it's
shit
like
with
all this.
what's his name? That kid from Toronto who shot that girl in the leg or something.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez. He was found guilty,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some man came out and he's calling out Rock Nation and Jay-Z, saying they ain't playing right.
It wouldn't surprise me. And she got some harsh words to say about Jay-Z and them too. Let's peep this shit out.
And he's still sitting here begging for another $16,000 in child support. I'll get around to it. Yeah.
Jaguar Wright is there,
Yeah.
heart of the city.
Why is she trying to disappear, yo? Why is she trying to disappear?
1 anniversary, and I don't
Too
think
much
we.
shit.
And I know you posted it. We're going to talk about the network, but I know you posted it and put it out there. I want you to touch on either the genius or the insanity of Jay-Z. This man, as far as what he's done since then, is, either preordained, destined, or he had a plan. But it seemed like he geared himself towards it. But you were there to witness it firsthand from what he was back then. I just want you to because not many people have a firsthand account of what this man is
I can
doing.
see her. She's like a volcano right now.
21 years,
Mhm.
I have never had anything to say about Mr. Sean Carter other than the fact that we had a pleasant working relationship and he was an excellent businessman.
21 years.
In 21 years.
Yeah, Bozo, I seen that too.
21 years. What I will say to you is this. The first time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as the nigga that was with Big L.
Rest
For
in
those
peace.
of you.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L.
One of the
That was the
dopest. One of the
sensei.
dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, camaraderie with Honeycombs and AKA Diddy. And
She goes
Why do you give him the honeycombs? Why do you give him honeycombs?
because he smacks so sweet. That fucking sodomite. Anyway,
Yeah, she
so
don't like
then,
Jay-Z,
and
boy.
then Reasonable Doubt was happening, and then Dame's in the picture, and Dame's building Rockefeller, and everybody's talking about Jay-Z. And don't get me wrong, there is nobody who loves Reasonable Doubt more than you.
At the time of.
Nobody. No, still.
Yes. To this day.
Still. Listen to me. I don't give a fuck how I feel about you. For me to have bad feelings about someone and not acknowledge art and its greatness or at its finest is hating. Maybe I don't fuck with you, but them shoes is hot, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be real. So I will never. Shit, I was just listening to Watch the Throne earlier this week, and that shit was enraging me because I'm like, y'all motherfuckers was living for this.
Yeah,
fucking
Bazo, she
album. It
hates
was
Puffy.
Kanye, and then all of y'all made all of this money on this motherfucking dude, and now all of a sudden, who him? Like he was good enough when you let him slump Just Blaze's fucking whole career. He was the shit.
And you know what's
It was worth.
Let me pause this for a
Blaze
second.
on the line for because Just Blaze.
You know what's funny? When she said this and she was like, Just Blaze, I was like, oh, fuck, that's right. Just Blaze used to be the shit.
Yes,
What
he
the
was.
fuck happened
Yes,
to
he
Just
was.
Blaze?
It was fucking
You know what
hard.
I mean? Right, and all the tracks, Just Blaze, you know what I
With
mean?
the beats
And
this
all
guy
of a
had,
sudden-
what?
Yeah.
Facts. All of a sudden, it's like he's gone. Like, where the fuck
Yeah.
did Just Blaze go? So
That's true.
I was like,
Blaze was Rockefeller production until Kanye.
Yeah.
Who's Just Blaze producing for now?
That I don't know. Who is? Yeah, about to say that I don't know. And he was it. He was
Nobody.
He was the movement.
Where is Just Blaze?
Yeah.
I mean, he was making Ho's beats. You got title. You're a billionaire.
Mm.
Where the fuck is Just Blaze?
That's the question.
Why is he's not at least an executive at Rock Nation? He's not at least an executive at Tidal?
At least.
Like I said, Biggie died, Tupac died, and then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z, and then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
Oh, I didn't know Nas had a
And he was
breakdown.
working with R. Kelly, and they were making
yeah,
so many
stuff.
records
Neither did
together.
I.
You know, they made all those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common. You know?
These subliminal shit
Yeah.
throwing out there is just crazy.
Yeah.
There was a falling out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like it never happened. Whoever talks about best of the both worlds, best of both worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
That nigga swept that smooth under the rug.
Why?
We know why.
You know what? I got a better question.
Yeah.
How valuable is a Biggie Smalls verse?
Yeah.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Fucking Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy.
Pretty much,
His catalog.
Mike. Pretty much.
Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse. Very valuable. Am I wrong? Does anybody disagree with me?
No, that's facts.
So then what the fuck happened to the commission? What happened to that album?
Right.
It was recorded. It was being mixed and mastered upon Biggie's death. It was supposed to have came out that summer after Biggie's album because Biggie's album was slated. He died a week and a half before his album came out. Then the commission was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be his exit from Bad Boy. And then starting his own company. So tell me something. And this ain't me being an asshole. I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give a fuck if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe
For
that was
real.
because he was fucking the girl that didn't want you.
Oh. Let the church say amen.
I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you moved his ass around and out of Rockefeller so tough and then just moved right over to Def Jam. By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? Jam on your horn now, that fucking bullshit ass record. From the Austin Powers shit, it was some of the worst shit ever. They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in. And you know, kind of think it's crazy right now. She liked posing with him in pictures for Page 6. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dame. And Aaliyah's gone. And, you know. You have to start asking yourself questions after being in this business for this long. If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right.
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over and over again. So to answer your question, I'm sure he's always going to be a billionaire, and I'm sure he's got great things to happen. I mean, look, he's got the job with the NFL. He's hooking all his friends up with the halftime shows. I mean, think about it. Think about the halftime show.
She's seriously
Jennifer
blowing my
Lopez,
mind.
Shakira.
I agree with you, Mike. When I first seen this, she blew my mind
now,
too, man.
Rihanna, and then we had the whole LA thing, which of course he was involved in that, and then they pulled Mary J. Blige off the, make sure she got that money for Kindle, and they had that whole moment, but all he's doing is using his friends and the people that he fucks with, or at least the people that signs his non-disclosure agreements. He keeps getting them the Super Bowl gigs. So I mean, like, he's doing all kinds of stuff, and I do not begrudge him. It's just, if you got to do the kind of things that he's done to get where he's gotten, yeah, fuck it. I don't want it that bad.
I love this
Wow.
girl already, yo.
Yes.
Yo, me too, bro. Like I said, I can't sit here and say like everything. I'm like, oh, I know for sure she's telling the truth. But like JG said, we've heard stories about the industry. She's coming out and blasting certain stories to where I'm like, you know what? It's doesn't sound crazy. It sounds fucking plausible.
Mm-hmm.
The only way her shit don't make sense is if you're turning a blind eye to it.
Facts.
Because what
Facts.
she's saying, even if, will make you say, that shit kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's not knowing what she's talking about. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like I
Wow.
said, these stories have been going around for a while. Like even after Biggie died, one thing I said when I was there was like, this dude's still making money off this dude's death. Was he involved in it?
Mm-hmm.
Because stuff just didn't add up to me. And I'm just a regular old Joe watching TV. Right?
He's not donating. Like, did he make any kind of big call or show recognition in behalf of Biggie Smalls towards a school or something in the neighborhood or fucking something promoting anything?
Mm-hmm.
Has
Not
he?
that I know of. Not that I know
Because you
of.
would want to make it fucking newsworthy. You'd want to make it known to everybody that you're doing this. He's not doing anything but feeding his pockets, yo.
I remember
Absolutely.
Kanye did a concert a while back. That's when Jay-Z, and Beyonce were kind of beefing for a little bit. And then one of those rants, crazy rants he goes on, one thing he said, and I laughed about it then, but now it's like, wow, he might have a point. He was talking about Jay-Z. He's like, hey, look, Jay, I know you got killers. So please, leave me alone. I know you got killers. And then she's saying all this stuff now. It's like, wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
she on one of her videos, she literally says how Jay-Z in one of his songs, right, basically outs how, she thinks he killed Pimp C or had Pimp C killed. You know what I mean? And I was just like, man, that's why, like, after I seen this one, I watched all the shit I could find on what she was saying. She literally said, okay, and I was gonna play this one, but like there's so much right now. I think I still got two more that I couldn't get to it or whatever, but I'll just break it down. She said that DMX did not die from an overdose. She said that she's seen papers, she can't say from where or what, that say that he died from complications of the vaccine. Those were the words that came out of her mouth.
Interesting.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, man. And then she talks about, I think I have it here too, but we'll get into another part. But if it comes up in the room, but she talks about Uptown Records, right?
Oh,
and she says she's happy because I'll Be Sure, who just had a stroke or heart attack or something, like a stroke, right? He survived. But she says, out of all the people that fucking started Uptown Records, only Puffy, and then she says, I'll Be Sure disappointed you, but only Puffy and I'll Be Sure are the ones left. Everybody else, she said, pretty much died of a heart attack. Heart attack.
Really?
Same way.
Heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, something fishy.
I have to, man, I have to sit there and I have to be like, you know what? It's hard to take everything she says as gospel, but at the end of the day, it's hard not to sit here and say, you know what? Maybe there's some truth to the shit that she is saying, man. And if that's the case, like Hollywood is more fucked up than we all think it is. You know what I mean? And you could say this is conspiracy stuff or whatever, but because she was in the industry for 21 years, and she said, like I said, she said, I've seen so much shit I kept quiet, and I think it's probably hurting her soul, and that's why she's doing some of the stuff that she's doing. I believe her. I
Mm-hmm.
100% believe her.
I think it's more so because these people are, being hypocritical in more situations than not, talking
Mhm.
shit about people, and they're doing
Mhm.
far worse
Yeah.
Facts.
under fucking blankets,
Facts, 100%. And I think that's the problem too. It's like, everybody's like, oh, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah,
But
but I feel
behind
for this
closed
girl,
doors,
dog. I really feel for her because, I mean, I don't know how much outreach her videos have, but more people listen to it. It's going to gain momentum. And you know what happened when momentum's gained, right? They put a
absolutely.
stop to that
Mm-hmm.
shit. Next thing you know, we're going to hear something about her. And then what? Poof, like she
Yep.
said, it's all forgotten and we move on.
Yep.
Facts,
Yep.
100%. Here's some, she talks about
Bopping him on the head because
Whitney.
he's so fucking talented.
So I'm
Like,
curious.
just let him come out, man.
Let him come out. Let him.
Let him come
Goddamn,
out.
Of course, she's talking about Chris
They've
Brown.
let far worse people out. There's some real sick motherfuckers that people love. Fucking R. Kelly ran around the United States without in fucking impunity, fucking up a whole generation of bitches and some small boys.
Oh,
Y'all let him run.
Riders on the wall.
Let fucking Chris run.
If you were to see, they have a new biopic with Whitney Houston coming out. If they play this movie and you see no kind of drugs in this movie, do you feel like it's an injustice to what this look?
I
what
feel
movie
like
this was?
anything with her name on it is strictly for the purposes of financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis.
Including
Clive
Clive Davis. This ain't a
Mhm.
film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the piper.
He was the one trying to bring her back though at the time of prior to her death, right?
Fuck him.
Oh,
He needed her back.
oh yeah.
He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control. You want to know what fucking Clive Davis did for Whitney Houston? While he was busy trying to bring her back. See, people forget, before she came to the United States, he sent her on an international tour.
And after I saw this video, I
And
watched
she
the
went
video
out
she
on
plays,
tour, and she
and
was still getting high at the time.
yeah, Whitney was fucked up in this concert, bro.
Let's
She
see.
shouldn't have been out there.
What happens if I put in Whitney Houston?
Anzo, do you know WAC
Kazakhstan.
100? It
That
sounds
name sounds
familiar.
familiar.
I'm not sure though.
Was that in Kazakhstan?
What is it?
Oh, man.
What are they?
This was not long before she passed away.
I think I know what you're
Oh,
about
here's
to
the
pull
full
up.
concert. She only did 4 songs.
Yeah, I think I know what you. I think I remember the voice.
Huh?
Yeah, I remember you with the voice. I know you're about to go with this. I think I remember this one.
Not just the voice,
Just everything.
the whole show. Yeah. Look at how she starts the show. She's performing for the president.
Oh yeah.
This is his birthday performance.
Oh.
Yeah, and her voice and the way she's singing.
Oh.
I was like,
Is this where I am?
Listen, I know Whitney Houston's voice and I know the way she sings. When I heard this shit, I was like, oh my God, are you guys kidding me? Like, they put her out like that? He's the Game and Ray J's
Clive
manager.
sent her out in the world. She
He's
got
the
paid
one who gave
$180,000 for 4
Kanye,
songs
Kim,
that
and
night.
Ray J the sex tape back. Oh, I got you.
Okay.
I knew the name sounded familiar.
This is how he had out there in the street.
Oh man. Oh, ouch.
Straight to commercial.
Yeah, I see that. It's definitely
It'll make you cry if you really love music and if you really love Whitney Houston. And then after a couple of joints, you will find it hilarious. Not because you're happy that she's falling apart. It's just she's doing the crackhead antics so dope. You know what I mean? She was in it. Huh? Nigga, what is my key, bitch? Like she's in front of the president of Kazakhstan.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But it was good enough to get that check though. And then he put her in rehab to clean her up right before it came time for America, because she had to at least appear sober in America for the whirlwind story. And then they brought in R. Kelly to do that song for her, the pedophile. That she had to use auto-tune to sing because her lungs were so jacked up from all the smoking. And, you know, a lot of people didn't know she was a heavy smoker. She was a chain smoker. She smoked 3 packs of Newport today.
No, she
And
didn't.
still could sing like that.
Wow.
But when you add in the cocaine or the crack, and then the this and the that, and then when they did her autopsy, they said there was nothing wrong with her throat. Her lungs were so damaged that she couldn't fuel the notes. It was her lungs. It wasn't. Her voice was fine.
Oh.
That's how Clive did it. And then the next thing you know, she's fucking Ray J. And then Grammy time.
That happened.
And her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot. Leola Brown, Bobby Brown's sister, has said on several occasions that she was beaten. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub. Like, she was beat up. And Brandy was the one that found her. But you know, they pledge allegiance to Clive too.
Jeez.
Well, you know, Ray J was kind of down on his luck because the whole bullshit had happened, and then, you know, Whitney was dead and he was using her, as he's said himself, for clout. And then all of a sudden he got Love and Hip Hop LA after Whitney died. And then they inappropriately put her stupid ass goddaughter on there. I just thought it was all kind of cheesy. Yeah, so now I probably won't be watching the movie just because I know whose money the proceeds are going to, and fuck him. Fuck you royally, and fuck you for inventing Diddy. Fuck you for that. Fuck you for letting that out of control whack ass fucking whoremonger and sodomite just run rampant all over this goddamn fucking business. Fuck you for that. Like Andre was different. Andre had class. Andre had some integrity. But no, you go to get the little Chucky doll. That fucker. I'm sorry, I'm a little upset about it. Because Al B. Sure just came out of his
Here
coma.
it is.
I've been talking to Al, and we've been texting back and forth, and I'm just glad that he's alive to text.
Definitely.
Yeah. But when you think about Kim,
you could
I
feel
was thinking to myself the other
like
day,
she's
Uptown
feeling it.
Records started with 5 people: Andre Harrell, Al B. Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was
Lil' Kim?
Andre's personal assistant.
No, Kim Porter, she said her name is.
Okay.
Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas. And then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning is gone. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit ass motherfucking game fucking with people that you love, that you like, you know, it's too many coincidences.
Too many.
Fuck you, honeycomb.
Oh. Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog too.
Mm.
And congratulations,
little
young
dog?
man.
I don't know.
Run as fast as Cassie did.
I like
Man,
it.
I could listen to her talk. Oh, I forgot what stream because I was so into
Yeah,
what she was saying.
I got my hands crossed just like I'm in church almost, you know?
Bro, it's a 2-hour video. I watched the whole thing, and then I watched it again today to get the parts that I wanted to play for the show. So I was like, yo, this chick, man, if she's not careful, she's gonna end up like the rest of them, man. And if she does, I'm gonna say everything she said was true. If she ends up dying, I'm going to be like, everything she said was absolutely 100% true. And that's why they had to shut her up. Because she don't like Puffy. She do not like Puffy. And the things that she's been implying throughout the video and other videos that I watched from her, it just shows how fucked up the industry is, man. It's crazy. And Keon said the rap game is evil. I seen one rapper literally tried to kill another rapper because one rapper had more money and opportunities. True story. I believe you. 100%. She talking like Kanye. Absolutely. And she does talk a little bit about Kanye too, right? And she basically says, like, you know, Kanye is a Christian, right? And when you're a Christian, they teach you to love your enemies. So she was like, did Kanye really say anything wrong? If he follows his Christianity, then he's not saying anything other than what he believes and what was said in the Bible. You know what I mean?
Mm.
If she doesn't have proof of her allegations, she could be sued for libel. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, if she's lying, she could be in a shitload of trouble. Even if she does tell the truth and doesn't have proof, she could still be in a lot of trouble, right? But
She's
here's
calling
the
out
thing,
names
though.
and events. The only thing that's missing from what she's saying is times and dates.
Right. And here's the thing, though. Let's say you go after her now, right? It kind of makes the shit she's saying a little bit more believable, right? If you just ignore it, sooner or later she'll probably die off. People will forget about it. But now if you try to put in some kind of lawsuit or defamation or whatever you want to call it against her, then it's like, you know what? Why are you so worried about what she's saying if she's lying? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's a good point. But, you know, some of these people got so much power and money that some of them suing is beneath them. I want to delete you from this planet. I want to
Right.
get rid of
Mhm.
you. And
Mhm.
because we're so fickle as people, we'll say, "Oh, that's messed up," then forget about it until
Yeah,
another
100%.
person comes
Whistleblower
along and
comes
sue
out.
them. Yep.
100%. It's crazy.
The guy from the Breakfast Club interviewing her.
No, I
Dr.
never seen
Sullivan.
these guys before this video.
His
To be
voice.
honest with you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I've seen her, going through YouTube. I've seen her, but I never really listened to her.
Right.
Man,
Basil said she told too much, but now that the video was out and gets views, she's untouchable because if she gets touched, public opinion will think that
Don't
she's
matter.
telling the truth.
I think
Basalt, right
they'll get
now,
rid of her anyway.
the world we live in, the people that should be held accountable aren't, and the people who aren't always are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look what Southwest Airlines just pulled off. What's going to happen to them?
What did they do?
Man, they canceled like 3,000 flights over a 2-day span.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
It just left people everywhere, all over the world, man.
Stranded.
Wow.
Sunwing did the same thing, left people in Mexico.
That's
No,
crazy.
and you know what? They're not even helping them. Not even sending them text saying this, blah blah blah. We're gonna take care of this, and we're getting you board you here. We're gonna give you a place to stay here. Nothing.
That's
And how are they
crazy.
being held accountable?
Mm, mm.
You would think.
That's
I doubt
crazy. I
anything's
see.
gonna happen to those people because they're protected. They know too much, and before something happens to them, they're dead too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, true.
It's crazy, especially when you sit around there and you think about some of the things that are happening. And why did they do it? Was it because of the snowstorm?
They're passing blame on it, yeah, but how come some flights are still fucking working and other ones aren't?
Good question. I have no idea. Trying to look for this thing I just found.
You're trying to look at the airline thing?
No. It's something else about this. Because I had an article that I was reading at work where it said it was the Kanye stuff, right? So let me just bring up this article real quick.
Kanye's missing. You mean because he's not putting himself out in the media? He's missing
Probably.
because he's in it every day, right?
Mm-hmm. So the article says Kanye West is missing, according to former business manager. It seems that Kanye West has been hiding since the businessman Thomas St. Johnson has been trying to serve him with legal documents. So that's what it is. It seems that he's been hiding since businessman Thomas St. Johnson has been trying to legal documents. According to reports, St. John said in a court hearing he has not been able to find the producer turned rapper turned fashion designer for weeks as he sues him for breach of contract. St. Johnson claims Kanye West had agreed to pay him a monthly retainer, but since the two had an aggressive meeting, West stopped paying him. Previous to the aforementioned meeting, the two enjoyed a good working relationship, and the Jesus Walks rapper asked him to be the chief financial officer for Donda, one of his businesses. With the new position, St. John's was to be paid a monthly retainer fee of $300,000. So that's what they're saying. When I read the article, it was a little post. It was like, "Oh, Kanye West is missing, and so couldn't find him." But I mean, if this is the case, then yeah, of course you're not gonna find him. You know what I mean? If you're trying to serve the man with papers, there's no fucking way. I'll be like, yeah, you ain't gonna find me either. Fuck that. If I can hide out, you know what I mean? So I didn't actually know that was the reason why, but they were making it seem like, something happened to Kanye, which, to be honest with you, after hearing this woman talk and then hearing the stuff that Kanye West has been saying, hey, man, it wouldn't surprise me if they find Kanye West in a ditch somewhere. You know what I mean? It would not surprise me 100%.
And they'll make it look like he took his own life.
Facts,
Yeah.
100%.
Crazy the media tries to make him out to be.
And people will believe it.
Yep.
People will say, "Yeah, oh, Kanye West, he was crazy." That's why they pull that crazy label on people, right? Because when something happens to them, oh, they were crazy. You know what I mean? He needed to get help. He didn't get help. He was crazy. You know, Damon Dash says it all the time. Instead of putting a fucking camera in his face, why don't you guys try to help the man out? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then not only that, there was an interview with Kim Kardashian, and she's on the video and she's crying, and oh, it's so hard to co-parent and blah blah blah. Like, bitch, you're a billionaire. It can't be that fucking hard. You know what I mean?
Did she really
It
just say it's
can't be
hard
that
to
hard.
co-parent?
Yeah, she says it's hard to co-parent.
Who the
And
fuck watching some kids when she's on TV doing all these other things? It ain't that hard.
facts.
What
And
the
she
hell?
talks about how she makes sure that her kids don't, know what's going on with their father and everything like that. And I'm like, that's bullshit. That's
This is the
bullshit.
same person that walked out of a hotel somewhere, went to the car, turned back around because she forgot to get her kid out of the same freaking hotel. I don't hear nothing out of her mouth.
Oh shit. See, I didn't even know that shit.
Yeah, that was kind of like the tabloid thing, like, hey, Kim forgets her kid, but she didn't refute it. So
Mm-hmm. That
Fuck.
was crazy. You gotta check out the Vulnerable podcast. It has Disney star and Nickelodeon stars talk about the industry. Send me a link to that, man. I'll definitely check it out because even man, the iCarly, one of the chicks that used to be on this show called iCarly, which my son used to watch back in the day. She came out and she was talking about certain things that happened to her and how she wasn't really happy while she was doing the show and all kinds of stuff and some stuff with feet and all kinds of crap. So there's a lot of shit that goes on in this industry where little kids aren't safe. And she breaks it down to you like the parents will have their kid there, you know what I mean? And you could be like that stand only parent, like I'm gonna be there, but then the industry guys will have, like she says, an agent talking to you while the director or whatever is in a room interviewing your kid, and while you think they're doing an interview, he's sexually assaulting her, or him or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, man,
like I said,
yo,
man, everybody can't be telling the same lie.
exactly.
Who's the other black girl? Her name China somewhere, some stuff.
China sounds familiar.
China, some what movie she on? She was on Grown Ups. That played Chris Rock's daughter.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh, anyway, she was saying some stuff about that, stuff that she went through.
Yeah, they go through a lot, man. And I gotta believe some of the stuff that they say that they do, man. Because when you hear about it, right, you got the Harvey Weinsteins, the R. Kellys, and when R. Kelly was doing this shit, like everybody knew what he was doing, but
Hmm.
nobody said shit. They let him do it because he was making money. All of a sudden, now he ain't making the money that he's making, and it's time to prosecute the motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's like as long as you're making them money, as long as you're doing what they want you to do, they will turn the blind eye to it. R. Kelly was huge. You know what I mean? He was huge. He was the biggest R&B star of his time. So they knew that they could not let that cash cow go to jail. But time is up. You stop making that money, time is up. You're
Hmm.
living on borrowed time. She even talks about um certain parts where she talks about Kanye. Kanye West has now come out and started saying that his mom was a sacrifice. You know what I mean? Says
Yeah,
that Michael Jordan's father was a sacrifice. That, you know what I mean, to get into the industry and stuff like that. And then she basically breaks down. She's like, and if you look at the plastic surgeon's record,
hmm
he wasn't good. It's like there was
hmm
no way this guy should have been doing the stuff that he was doing. So it's kind of crazy the shit that she says. And like I said, like I'm inclined to pretty much believe it. Mazel said the guy that played Eddie in Family Matter, he also talks about sex parties he went to when he was a kid as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he was acting for a long time before Family Matters.
Mm-hmm. This is why, sometimes you see there's an actor or an actress or whatever, a kid star, and they are pushing that kid constantly, boom, boom, boom. Then all of a sudden,
Hmm.
it's you don't hear nothing from that person anymore because they didn't conform. Because they
Exactly.
didn't conform to the shit that they were supposed to do. They didn't conform to the industry, and you get kicked out. You know what I mean? If you don't do what you were supposed to do, what these directors or producers or high ups tell you to do, then there's no reason for you to be in the industry. It's fucked up.
And if it's the wrong person, he makes sure it's across the board.
Facts. You know what I mean? So it's crazy the way they do things in there. And I would, after seeing this shit, I would be like, yo, I would never, never, never let my kid ever be in that industry, man. Never.
Mm-mm.
It's crazy.
And that's beyond the fraudsters that are just taking your money on high hopes and prospects, you know?
Absolutely. 100%. So now we got a few more things to go through before we go. I'm going to bring up this one first because this shit broke my heart, bro. I could not believe that this woman did this. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's a video that's pretty much going viral. And I'll bring it up here. Let me pause it for a second. Woman faces backlash online after giving her daughter empty presents for Christmas because she was being bad. Now, watch this fucking video, bro.
So Arabella decided to fuck with my whip shots last night and fuck my shit up. So now we let her open her gifts and let's see what Santa brought her. Santa ain't bring you shit. Aww. Cause you been bad. So you're not gonna get shit. Let's see what the next one is. Since you want to be bad, let's see what Santa brought bad kids. Let's see how Santa treat bad kids.
That poor little girl crying.
Yeah, she's
Who does that?
That's crazy.
Look at the language she's using with her already.
You know what I mean, bro?
Oh, let's see. Let's see what Santa got that baby. Since her want to be bad.
Okay, so that's where the video ends. But there's nothing in the box.
So let me get this straight. She did what to whip what?
It says something about her lip balm or some crap like that or whatever.
She did that over some lip balm. That is,
bro. She's a fucking little girl. And not only do you torture the girl like this, you feel the need to go post that shit on fucking social media?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you think you're doing good parenting? Like, some people just shouldn't be kids. I have kids. I'm just sorry. And for this black woman to be doing that to her poor daughter, man, bro. Oh my God, I would.
Like, if you're teaching her a lesson, why would you need to film it? Like, what do you think you're going to get out of it? That other parents are going to follow suit and do the same thing? Me, it's more so the language she's using. Like, if I could assume this kid's going through a lot worse than just that.
Yeah.
Oh, 100.
This is the position she puts herself in by putting a fucking video out there like that. Because people want to speculate like this, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What happens if she breaks a plate?
Facts. Like,
and I kind of wonder how old that mother is because she sounds like she's probably young.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, there's no telling what her mother did to her growing up. So
and I can understand that maybe, you know, she had some rough bringing up or whatever, but you also learned from that mistake. You know how it made you feel. Why would you want to make your child feel that way? You know what I mean? Like, okay, the kid was bad. You know what? You punish them another way, but you don't fucking post a video of them opening fucking empty Christmas fucking presents
and
to make it feel
over
like
her weeping.
You know what I mean?
Like, she's a little kid. She looked like she can work from 3 to 5, probably.
Facts.
I got a 3-year-old, and yeah, she's been bad all year, but I'm still getting her something for Christmas.
Damn right.
You know what? Because I enjoyed all my Christmas, and I was a badass little kid.
That's right. You enjoy Christmas, but the day after Christmas, you know your house is in trouble.
Exactly. I'm gonna get your ass after Christmas.
Come on now.
You know,
wow. That's no love for your kid. That is no love for your kid.
That's fucked up.
To go and fucking post that shit, much less do it, you're a piece of shit. Like, I don't have no respect for that whatsoever.
Well, good luck with all the repercussions you're getting from that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. The comments and the comment sections are crazy.
Not only comments, I'm sure there's some government giving her a call or something along those lines because you know how it is over there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't play. They don't play.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And then she was laughing at it. Yeah, absolutely. Like it was a big joke. You know what I mean? Like it was a big joke. There's a
That's all
little
that
girl
girl's
who's
gonna do.
going
As she gets older,
go
all that anger she's holding in, she's gonna put it on somebody else.
It's
facts.
like it kills me.
It's
It's like they
trauma
have no conscience. Like, don't you ever wonder that something bad could come out of this?
for real.
Like,
For real.
we wouldn't even stop for a second to think that.
Mhm.
You know, just listening to how she's talking to the child, that never crossed her mind once.
Facts. That's that's
Fuck.
traumatizing, and that is something
Uh,
that little girl will probably remember for the rest of her life.
yeah,
You know what
for
I mean?
sure.
I remember that Christmas when you recorded me crying and gave me gifts and nothing was in the boxes.
I think she's
And
gonna be even more shocked when she realizes that shit was online. Like when she can really
oh,
comprehend. Because right now, I think just the fact that she got those gifts full of fucking shredded paper is enough to destroy her right there.
Facts.
Wait
Facts.
till she
And
understands what her mom really did.
facts.
Then you know kids
100%.
gonna be picking on her. You know they're gonna be picking.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah, oh
Mhm.
yeah, JG.
Mhm.
Man, that's
'Cause
probably
that-
worse than what the mom said. You having to go to school wherever you have to go. Even cousins could be just as bad too. Like, hey, yeah,
Facts.
your mother got on you, ha 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 ha, and then she over there crying.
You
in
know
the
what I
corner.
mean?
You know what I mean? I could tell. Okay, from her voice
Everybody
now.
saw it.
Quit all that
Everybody
motherfucking
saw it.
crying. Quit all that. You know, it's just, it's a kid. Let a kid be a kid.
Facts.
I mean,
100%. It's ridiculous, and I have no respect for that woman whatsoever for what she did to that child, man. And if they take the child away, hey, man, maybe the child will get a better home or whatever. But you don't do that to your kid, man. You just don't do anything like that. That's ridiculous. I was just on Twitter and a video going viral because a black man gave his son a hockey puck, Viagra, and people are calling the authorities. Oh, really?
oh
Wow.
my goodness.
What up, Superwise? How you doing? Thanks for popping in.
Super
And
wise.
they
What up,
always
brother?
telling kids
What's
to be
good?
careful what you post on social media. It could come back to haunt you at your job interview or something. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if I was an employer and I seen that video and I knew that was the mom that came for the job, there's no fucking way I would hire her. There's no way. I would not hire her at all. Poor kid. Oh my God, the language too. Yeah, ridiculous. You don't curse your child like that. You don't talk like that in front of your fucking 3 or 5-year-old child. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when they're
My kids
15,
never
hell,
heard
go all
those
at it.
words.
But damn, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I mean,
Mhm.
people forget. Even though kids are resilient, they remember all this stuff.
Facts.
They
100%.
remember all this stuff. And you know what? One day when
100%.
when that mother's old, God, when it's 6, 7, 8 years old and needs help, that kid's gonna remember all that stuff you said and did. Probably put you in
100%.
the
Hopefully
worst
they don't
homes
pass it
that
on
you
to
can
their
find.
kids.
Just to get
Hopefully
you
they
back.
right. Hopefully they don't. And you're right. You're going in an old folks home. Yeah, you want me to help you out? Fuck you. I remember what you did to me as a child. You know what I mean? And you can have the next 5 years of your life good, right? Mom was on point and everything. You're still always gonna remember that 1 year. You're always gonna remember that 1 year that you fucking did that shit to her. She's never gonna forget it, and she won't learn the lesson you think you're teaching. Absolutely not. She's not gonna think it because that's not how you teach a lesson. You know what I mean? That's not how you do it. That's not how you teach the
I'd rather
child a
get
lesson.
no gift.
Exactly.
Facts. Yeah. Yeah. Instead of fucking here, hey, Merry Christmas. Here's some gifts. Open the gifts. Oh, look, you got nothing in there. That's why, because you're a bad child. Bad childs don't get nothing. And blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you, man.
I'm
And
sure
what
with
made
all
it
the
worse?
language that kid heard, she's probably calling her mom a fucking bitch.
For real. For
This
real.
fucking bitch.
For real. For real.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Now, I seen this one and I was like, holy shit, this looks like some fucking. Let me bring this up. I'm gonna pause the video before it plays. Too late. Let's go back. So it says, world's first artificial womb facility could look like this. You can decide their IQ, height, skin tone, eye color, strength, and more. Right? So I said, what the
This
fuck
is
is
what
this? And I
having
started watching
babies
this.
could look like in the future. It's the world's first artificial womb facility, allowing you to choose your baby.
Let me picture on the bottom. What the fuck does that look like to you?
Look like some Matrix.
Aliens.
That don't look like the Matrix.
Yeah, like some Matrix stuff.
You know the Matrix when they fucking go into the real world and everybody's in those fucking cocoons
That's
and shit.
true.
That's not what that looks like.
Yep, looking like the Matrix.
That's fucking crazy.
Baby's hair color, intelligence, and even height from a menu, like a game. Ectolife would be able to grow 30,000 babies a year. This is what having babies could.
Man, we about
That's
to see a
some
lot of
weird shit.
light-skinned, straight-haired, green.
What the fuck is this world coming to, bro?
Wow.
That's some scary shit.
I
That's some
personally-
scary shit, yo.
I wouldn't want to, like, you know what I mean? Oh, I want to know my child is this and that. No, man. Let the fucking
You're
child
taking
grow
away
naturally.
from all the pre-game fucking events, yo.
You know what I mean?
Man,
Are you kidding me? So what now? It's just to do it? There's
For
not. We
real.
try again. We try again. We try again. Like all the generations before them. Okay, for those, I guess you know where this is going, right? Because of all these same-sex marriages, and they can't consume themselves, and they have hard times finding donors. Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
man,
You know?
only way I can see this.
They're
is
all
you-
gonna have kids now. They're all
you
gonna have
and
kids.
your significant
Yeah.
other are trying to have kids and just can't have kids. Or
So
something's
wouldn't
wrong.
it be
with
nice
the
if we
womb,
had
you
an
just can't.
Asian-looking kid,
That's-
even though we're not Asian? Oh,
Man,
you know, like stupidities like that, man.
For real.
man.
For real.
Yo,
For
did you
real.
see that thing I posted on Facebook?
No,
This,
which one?
this black guy is coming out saying he's a 34-year-old white guy.
I didn't see that.
Wow. That's not
Because of all,
surprising.
I don't
That's
know
not
if that's
surprising.
because he's trying to prove a point or he's really just doing it because everybody else is doing it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Do they have to acknowledge it, or they're going to use the black card again? Oh, it doesn't apply to black people. You're black. You can't be white,
Yeah.
no matter
yeah.
what. You know,
Well, I mean, if he can identify as what you want to, why can't he identify as a white man? You know what I mean?
watch the
You know-
fucking shit he's going to go through. He's fucking
You-
up the equilibrium right there.
Yeah. Hey, you had that white woman that was in the NAACP, and she was running around saying she was black. You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember what her name was, but she
Yeah, I
was running
remember
around
Oh
saying
yeah,
she
yeah, I
was black.
remember. Yeah,
Because she braids
You
her
know?
hair. That don't make you
Yeah,
black.
right, right,
Shoot,
exactly.
let them write some $500,000 reparation checks. They'll be black again. Watch, watch.
Daniel, I said I suspect those babies will not thrive. Actual development within another human has no doubt got some essential features that can't be replicated. Yeah,
I like to think, I hope you're right, Dandelion, but you know what? I just
way
just
technology is
can't
going.
say. Since Donald Trump got elected, I can't say that nothing's possible. I'm sorry. Since then, I just can't believe that some of these things are impossible and happening.
And there's a chance that he could be fucking nominated again. You know what I mean? He could win again. Like, are you kidding me? Can you imagine if Donald Trump was president?
Why even say that, Anzo?
Because
You know
it's
what?
possible.
You know
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
might lose
why
my
even
black
say?
card for
Because you,
saying this. I'll take him over Biden any damn day right now.
Okay, I feel it.
I
I
said
don't
it.
know
I
about
said
that
it.
one.
I would take
Yeah,
him.
you can
I
say
don't
it.
like either one of them. But
I
take him
don't
over Biden
know.
right
About, I don't know about that one either. But trying to find this other video I seen, man. Shit. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yo, check this shit out. All right, this is another one. Let me just pause it here. Oh crap! I gotta share my screen. Hold on. So this was a video that I found on Twitter as well. I don't know if you've seen it, JG, but this happened supposedly in South Africa.
Mm. Is he drowning that guy in the pool?
It seemed like it.
Where's
So,
that? Africa?
South Africa,
Yeah.
right? And it says supposedly they were swimming in a white only pool. I'm like, wait a minute. They still got fucking white only pools in South Africa and shit like that, bro.
It don't surprise me. That's South Africa.
That is
Yeah.
fucking
I'm not
crazy.
surprised, dog.
There was another video I saw. I can't remember where it was, but this black guy tries to get into this bar in South Africa, and
Mhm.
I guess the security or whatever, like, hey, you can't come in unless it's a white person with you.
Oh shit.
And luckily, it was another white guy that was there who kind of who defended the black guy. Then when the camera started rolling, he was like, "No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant." He started changing his tune and everything. But these animals over here,
South Africa's messed up. Yeah. Just because they were trying to swim in, a pool, whatever. And I'm just like, when I see shit like this, you know what I mean? I have to sit there and kind of get upset. You know what I mean? Like, we still going through these kind of struggles. You know what I mean? It's 2023. And you still telling me there's places where there's fucking pools where black people can't swim in? Apartheid only technically ended in 1994. Yeah, technically, exactly.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It ain't over, right? Just like when we talk about white privilege and all that shit and all the shit that we go through, you know what I mean? Oh, people think, well, racism is over. You know what I mean? You guys aren't, because we're not out there picking cotton like we used to back in the day, but we still have like struggles and so much things against us. It's pretty much unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
What if that's your kids? What you doing about that?
Oh, I'm fighting, bro.
You know
You
you're
know what
coming
I
back
mean?
with a crew, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I would have been like, yo, the minute you guys fucking like got away from them, you come straight home to me and we going back there. And let's see if those fucking men will try that shit with a grown ass man. Yeah, they're brave
Mhm.
enough to do it to a bunch of kids, right? But will they fucking do it to a grown ass black man? Like Roberto shows up there, right? Roberto shows up there, and I know Roberto gonna walk up there. He's gonna have on his tank top and shit, and them muscles gonna be pucking, and them pecs are gonna. You think they would try that shit with you? You know what I mean?
You know I'm coming with a crew because no matter unless I'm Black Adam, I can't beat all those motherfuckers. Your back is turned, it just takes a brick off the head, and you're gumpy like everybody else. You come there with a crew, and you say, "Go in the pool now. Let's see what happens."
Yeah, for real.
Let's see what happens. Let's see if you're brave enough to grab him by his hair and grab him like he's some kind of fucking animal. Let's see you do that.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
absolutely.
you. I'm just thinking when I'm watching that video, I'm thinking, how are the parents feeling?
Yeah,
Because those are somebody's kids, right?
facts,
And when
100%.
they're being fucking hyenaed by human beings, it takes your anger to a next level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Payback's a
And
fucking bitch.
this dude had his hands around your kid's neck and shit. You
Trying
know what
to
I mean?
drown him?
You're going to drown him?
Yeah,
If you're living by the time I get back over there,
And we
facts.
don't even know what happened, right?
blazing.
We don't even know what happened. That's
Exactly. Exactly. All we know is that these little black kids were trying to swim in a pool and they got jumped by fucking white men. You know, it's different if it's the kids their age, you know what I mean? And there's a fight, whatever. Okay, yeah, it's still fucking racist, but at least they're fighting kids their age. You're fighting grown ass men. Like the kid was literally, if you seen the video, he's literally punching the man in the stomach, and man's not even feeling it because you don't have enough power to hurt that man. You know what I mean? Like you're punching him, he's punching, he's like, like, okay, like get off me, you little fly. Now let Roberto come in there and
As soon as
punch
I heard
that
their
man in the
accent,
stomach.
As soon as I heard their accent, I wasn't surprised at all.
Yeah, fucking crazy, bro.
For a minute, I thought it was Australia, but then I said, "Nah, that's South Africa."
Yep. And those poor kids, man. And let's see what else do I got here. Oh, this one's funny.
It's
All
gonna
right.
get us hot, huh?
No, this one's funny. This one, check this shit out. Okay. So, man informs neighbor that his wife
Yeah, I
is
did see
cheating
this.
on
This
him.
is funny.
So, watch your shit.
Hey, I live in the neighborhood. My Wi-Fi name is 1744. Your wife is cheating. I don't know how you did not catch on. Your address is 1744, but every day when you leave for work, a Nissan parks 3 houses down, walks up the side of your house, goes in your back door. I'm assuming you don't have cameras back there? Okay, your wife is smart, but she is unfaithful. I'm going to walk this way, but I don't live this way.
This guy's a rat. What a rat.
There's more to it, though, bro. There's more to it.
Oh, there was more to it? Because
You
that's
see that
all I
part?
got.
Oh, this is what happened. He comes back again, and the guy actually answers. He's like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, that's my boyfriend or whatever." He's basically gay, and the guy's
Oh,
was
shit.
his boyfriend or whatever, and they were doing their thing. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So that's
No
another
way.
part. Yeah.
Now
Wow.
that's twisted.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind a neighbor like that. I wouldn't mind a neighbor like that.
I mean, either. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, hey, man, I can respect that. The man thought the man's wife was cheating on him and went over there and
Oh,
told him
this
that.
guy
Hey.
gave full detail. The car's parked 3 houses down.
I'm telling you, bro. I told him everything.
Damn.
Yeah, bro
The
code,
make and
hands
model,
down.
probably the color and all that shit. Like, damn, dude.
That's a
damn.
first.
You know? Sounds a volunteering Roberto for beating Dooney. Absolutely, I am. You see Roberto's shoulders? Yeah, you're damn right. I'm sending Roberto. Roberto doesn't even have to fight. He just got to take off his shirt. You know what I mean?
That's killing
takes
me.
off his
That's
shirt,
funny,
and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Those were your kids? My bad. It won't happen
I ate
again,
the rock,
sir.
yo. I ate the rock.
Close enough. You seen those men? Those men are flabby and shit. You're not. You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
Don't
that's
underestimate
crazy.
anybody, dog.
Oh, absolutely, you can't do that. But you know, I'm just saying, just
I
the
feel
look
you.
of you will have them. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, I if I had a neighbor like that, I'd be like, yo, man, you want to come in for a beer, man? Have a
You know
beer.
this guy's
Exactly.
getting a Christmas gift.
Unfortunately, it kind of had a little twist to the story, but
Yeah,
like
you
I
got to
said,
find out
time
the
to
part
hit
of
the
it. It's
gym on there.
hilarious.
Yeah, definitely time to hit the gym. But I'm like 48 years old. Even if I hit the gym, I ain't still gonna look like Roberto does. You know what I mean? I ain't get little cuts and shit, but I'm not gonna be like, "Arr." If I had done that when I was 18, yeah, I'd be this little stumpy, big, muscle-bound guy, right? But that has to be worked on a lot of time. And I think I got one more before we close it out. Let's see. I put a few. I seen a lot of these shit, and I was like, you know what? Okay, so I got 2 more. First off, this one's a quick one. I want to see what you guys would do. So let me bring it back.
Oh, yeah, I did see this one too.
You saw this one too?
Yeah, that was funny. Oh, my goodness.
ATM machine goes viral for displaying everyone's total bank account balance on a leaderboard. So play the video.
This
You
is
go
an
to the bank.
ATM where once you put in your debit card, it'll take a picture of you and it'll put your bank account balance on the leaderboards and it'll rank you among other Art Basel guests to see who has the most money. Currently, number 1 is $2.9 million. It goes all the way down. I've seen it all the way to like number 79 with $0. A couple of people had $0, but it is just insane. It's a really popular ATM here, as you can see. People are hesitant to put their card in there.
No kidding.
You know what I mean?
I'm looking for that $2.9 million guy. Where's he at?
Exactly.
Does he look scared?
For real. You want to put, not only do they put the man's account on blast, they have a picture of the man standing there like, yeah. You know what I mean? Okay, so I know what you look like. Hey, that's fucking Charles that lives down this block from us. Roberto, you know this guy had $2 million? No, how you know
is
that?
some fucked up shit.
That's
Don't let it be
bait, bro.
somebody that owes you money, bro. It's really going to be on.
How could they see any benefit in that? How
Yeah,
could they see
that's
any benefit in doing that?
That's bait. I'd have walked up to that machine and I would have looked up and I said, hey, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? I'm like, wait, if I put my card in here, they're gonna show my account. And I'm like, yeah, my bank account probably be embarrassing, especially compared to that $2 million one. All right, nah, I'll pass. I'll find another one. You know what I mean?
Imagine somebody going on a date and using that thing. And you got like standing at the bottom with $0.
Said it was at a special event, not an order machine. Yeah, I know that, but even for a special event, you know what I mean? No.
Special event to weed out the broke asses in there. They're not buying. They're not buying anything.
Facts. Facts. Hey, this motherfucker got no money. This motherfucker has $2 million. Hey, come over here, sir. Would you like a drink? This motherfucker got no money.
The second invitations too.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. There's no fucking way. I'm sorry. That's not happening.
I don't see any logic to that fucking shit.
With $2 million, he lives in a gated community, I hope. Hopefully, but sorry, $2 million ain't
$9 million.
No, it's 2.
Was it?
Yeah, but $2 million doesn't go as long as it did 20 years ago or 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So he may just have a nice house. Doesn't necessarily mean he lives in a gated community or anything like that. Special event for rich people to try and outrich one another. Yeah, except for the fact that number 77 had $0 in his account. So whoever the fuck decided, hey, I got no money, but I'm gonna put mine in this account to show people that I got no money. You just stopped yourself from getting some poom poom.
If you had $0, why did you put your fucking card in there in the first place?
You know what I mean?
Did you try and pull out your last $2? What? I don't understand that.
It makes no sense. And the final one for the night, guys. This one's a doozy. So, woman tells her date to pay for 2 extra steaks so she can bring home for her kids.
Should he be ordering food for her kids that's at home?
So it's for my kids.
Real good.
Yeah, you owe me that.
And they with their daddy?
No,
they're there.
Oh my God. So go ahead and bring another steak and some potatoes. Okay.
No, don't take no potatoes. No, bring the check. I'm paying for my meal and your meal. I'm not paying for your kids' meal. No.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not paying for their kids' meal. No.
So you don't think you owe me after having me wait an hour and a half?
I told you I owe you. No. I owe you when I take you out again.
And so you're gonna pay for my kids' food?
No, I'm not doing that.
Can you please go ahead and?
I'm not doing that. Okay. No. Hold up, beautiful. Hold up. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why you not bring 2, please?
What's the name, Kiera?
Bring 2 orders.
Why should I do that, Kiera?
Because you sitting right here on the date.
I was late to the date.
You bring 2 orders.
But I said, why would I get her kids food? Why would I get her kids some food? They with their daddy.
She was right here.
Their daddy should be feeding
8 and 5-year-olds, should he be eating steak with a side of A1 sauce? Fuck out of here, B.
Hell no. I'm straight. I'm cool. Don't put that on my bill.
Give him
Don't put that on me.
Make sure you put a side of A1 sauce as well. He paying for all of this today.
I'm not paying for all that. No, I'm not paying for all that.
Yes, you are.
You gonna get her fired up in here.
She ain't gonna get fired.
No, I'm about to go back in the kitchen. You got me messed up, bro. I'm about to tell her right now. No, for real. I'm telling her right now. No, you got messed up. I'm not paying for that. No, I'm not. I'm not paying for this food. I'm not paying for this.
She sat here and watched
just because I was late. Just because I was late, I'm not paying for this. No, I'm not doing that.
And then after we already at Red Lobster, you couldn't take me nowhere.
I'm about to go back in the kitchen. I'm going back to the kitchen.
Eating steak with a side of.
I'm not paying for this. I'm about to leave.
That plate is for her and her man later. Fellas, don't fall for it.
Nah, listen, nah, I'm straight.
I've been here since I was 15.
Okay, I told you I owe you one. So I mean, I'll take you out again. Do something for you. But I'm not doing something for your kids. No, I ain't even met your kids.
I want you to make sure that my kids eat too.
Man, y'all see this, man? Look, I'm recording this. Look, y'all see this shit, bro? I'm recording, bro. Hey, I'm not paying for this.
Yeah, A1 sauce is fire. I agree. I like it.
Yes.
But that is some bullshit, though. That is some bullshit. You sitting there and you telling the man that he's going to, and like they said at the end of the video, it's probably not even for the kids. She probably is going to take it to eat with another man. Are you out of your fucking mind?
How bullface can you be, yo?
And then, the more he said no, the more she started talking down to him.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, why you take me
to Red Lobster? I bet I was 15.
Yeah, bitch, you be glad I took you here and not fucking McDonald's. Because
Exactly.
that's where your ass should have been, right? Yeah, I'll buy your kids a Happy Meal. They can go home with a Happy Meal. They ain't getting no fucking steak. You gotta believe that shit. And it's just like for me, it's like the audacity of some of these women, like to think that because
That
you
is
took
some
them out on a
bullshit.
date, that you gotta fucking feed your kids too as well.
Mhm.
She
To
said, I'm with
all,
him. Don't pay for any of it if she keeps it pushing. 100%. And they had the waitress running back and forth like the waitress was like really going to go and order the steaks for the girl. I'm like, yeah, you can get those steaks, but I promise you, don't put that on my bill. That's
exactly.
not on my bill. You bring my bill now, right now, before you even put that order in. You bring that bill right now, and I will pay for that bill. And if she wants anything else after that, then well, it's on her.
Now you knows when he
But
said, "Hey, come back, beautiful." The look she gave
mm,
him,
yeah,
the
yeah.
look.
I just said the same thing. I don't know, hey, babes, come back here. Come back here for a second. Hold on. Don't you go back there and start putting on this steak and make you're out of your mind.
Did she
We
say
know he ain't getting no
kids?
poom poom.
Yeah, 2
Yeah,
steaks.
yeah,
So
but
you can
yeah,
tell
she
he
did
was
say
out there
two steaks.
trying to get that. You know, he's trying to get some. That's all that was. Trying to show out,
Facts.
take the red lobster, hoping she'll be like, "Ooh, ah," over it. Go back to the crib,
Mm-hmm.
smash, and walk on. Nah,
That's
it
right,
was.
Ice. She should have brought her kids. That would have been a different story.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. And this
You
one here,
wait, I had to bring my kids, so now you got to pay for them. Okay, but to say you're late, and for that reason you're late, you're buying me 2 steaks for my kids. Like you could
So
come up with
really,
something
she
more
wasn't thinking
genius than
about those
that.
kids. If
you
you
know
was
what I
My man
mean?
was ready for it. He was already taping it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that conversation was probably going on for a minute before he decided to record,
Yep.
right? And Keon said we know he ain't getting no poom poom. But to be honest with you, he came an hour late. He probably wasn't gonna get no poom poom. You could see the way she already had attitude in the video, so she was probably giving him attitude from jump. From the minute he got there, regardless of whether he messenger or not, said, "Hey, baby, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be late. I'll be there soon," or whatever. Something came up. He already knew she was giving him attitude, and he wasn't gonna get no poom poom with that anyway. So
Like what Sal said, you do a little guesstimate. This meal might have cost me $55. Let me leave a little 60 here. I gotta go to
mhm.
the bathroom. Here's 60. Boom, flex.
Facts, facts,
You know,
facts,
you gotta
facts,
do a guesstimate on that one because to sit
facts,
there and argue, it's not worth it.
facts, facts, 100%. You know what I mean? You say, "All right, baby, I'll be right back." You drop the fucking $60 on the table, and you bounce out that door real quick. She
Hmm.
would have to figure out how to pay for both our meals. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And she was fine as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I said
Man,
that too.
that
I said,
was.
but when you talk about the fine, right? Her being fine, but then you get that attitude, it drops her fucking level.
Yep.
The way she looks completely down, man.
Mouth could
You know
change
what I
your
mean?
look in an instant, yo.
Absolutely,
Hmm.
100%. I don't give a fuck how fine you are, but if you start talking that talk and acting all rude and ignorant and shit like that, then you don't look as fine as you did to me. You know what I mean? I still might want to, give you the D, but other than that, you know what I mean?
Especially when you're
Yeah,
throwing that fucking chicken neck shit in there.
facts,
You know what I
100%.
mean? What the fuck, yo? You didn't deserve that.
That shit is crazy, man. But with that being said, guys, it was a great show.
The last one of
KG,
2022, yo.
Shalin, thank you for coming in. It's the last
No
show for
problem.
2022.
Respect, KG.
2023 will hopefully be bigger and better things for all of us and everybody that watches. Happy New Year to you guys. Roberto, talk to the people before we go.
This is it, man. Hopefully, come with some real deep shit to get off our chest, like we started the season off with this one back in 2022. Uh,
Mhm.
the Entertainment Tonight news will come to you still, but we want to touch some deep shit and let you know that, we got to speak what's on our mind in order to clear that shit out. I wish you all nothing but the best health, wealth, happiness in 2023 because we're not going to see you guys again until then.
Absolutely. What are you doing for New Year's?
What old people do, man, look for a good channel to fucking celebrate that New Year's and pass out.
I might
That
actually
stuff is
go
still
out
in
this
guard,
year.
yo.
Yeah, I know. I might actually go out this year. We'll see.
Yeah,
You know, and yeah, thinking
enjoy,
about
yo.
maybe hitting the casino or some shit like that. You know,
Enjoy.
so we'll see.
That casino's fucking packed. I'll let you know, huh?
Yeah, I know. JG,
Yo.
shout out yourself, bro, and talk to the people.
You know, JG Shaolin. I bounce from channel to channel saying outlandish stuff like I usually do, as well as throwing in some good insight. It's been a interesting year, 2022. Hopefully, 2023 will be better. And for all those listening, hey, let life come to you. Live life to the fullest. Life is short. You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's it.
Absolutely. And what are your plans for New Year's?
Man, getting drunk, high. Hopefully, I'm gonna do some outlandish stuff. Now, you know what? That morning, I don't want to remember a thing.
You know what? I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to remember a thing either. But the problem is, not remembering comes with a fucking serious ass hangover, and I don't want to do no hangover thing.
Well, you know what? I got something for that, right? We got something. I don't know if you guys have it up there, but it's this headache powder called BC headache powder.
Really?
One of those knocks it out in 2-3 minutes. It's this headache powder called BC. Don't take too
we
many.
don't have
You might not
none.
wake up the next morning. I'm just saying.
I don't think we have that here, but you know, if we did, I would definitely check it out. But like I said, Happy New Year to everybody that popped in. Dandelion said she's gonna enjoy some Netflix and head to bed early. I completely understand. Guys, in the comments, let me know what your plans are for New Year's. If you're watching the video on the replay or whatever, but I do appreciate everybody that comes in here and spends that time with us. You don't have to. You could be somewhere else chilling, doing other things, but you came in here to watch us and have a couple laughs and hear some interesting conversation. I appreciate it. Happy New Year's. All the best to every single one of you. Peace, love, and hair grease. See you on the next one.
Safe and sound. Drowning in an endless sea. Take some time and stay with me. Keep me in the strength of your arms. Keep me safe and sound. Yeah, we are.
What up, chill? It started early tonight, but I do appreciate you popping in either way. Enough respect, brother.